Today I'll be talking about how Northwood University football has a new locker room, and it was all helped fundraised by Coach Rima. Coach Rima is the reason behind our new locker room, and he was able to get all of it done by fundraising for our new locker room. He believed that the locker room was the most important part of the football program. Second slide here is about winning. Coach Rima believed that winning starts in the locker room. It all starts with having a great team chemistry. Team chemistry starts in the locker room, and that is with your teammates, getting along with them, learning how they work and operate, and all their decisions as they make. Being in the locker room together as a team helps everybody connect and form a great team chemistry together in all that they do. Having a great locker room is key to success. The first slide we here have is about the key card system and getting into the locker room. The locker room is set up with a key card entrance, the little black box there as you see, and it is, you stick your card up to the key thing, and it will open the right door, letting any players in with a key card. The key card is for our safety, for the player safety, to keep all personal items safe and sound in their lockers. The key card system helps to make sure that the locker room stays clean and safe in all the possessions of all the players and coaches inside. The next slide we have here is the entrance of the locker room. The entrance you see is where the players will first go in, first go out. And when they first go in is with the benches on the side. The benches are used for players to put on their cleats or to take off their cleats if they're coming in from practice or going to practice. This helps the locker room stay clean and without cleat marks or grass stains on the brand new carpet that you will see in a second. But the benches have a compartment underneath that store miscellaneous items that need to be taken out to practice or brought into practice that should not go in the nice clean part of the new locker room. The next slide we have is the drinking fountains and the white wall that they are upon. The drinking fountains are very important because they save a bunch of plastic water bottles, but they also hydrate all the football players and all that they do. Football players need to stay hydrated, and they need to make sure they don't cramp, and water is essential to staying hydrated and to being dominant athletes in the GLIAC for football and for Northwood to be successful. The next slide we have here coming up is the equipment room. Now, the equipment room is brand new to us. It is a big room where we keep all the equipment ranging from shoulder pads, helmets, cleats, knee pads, like girdles, pants, jerseys, anything that you see here. The picture on the left is of 3 of our coaches. The one for this left is our running backs coach. One in the middle is our D-line coach, and the one on the right is our defensive backs coach. And they are great coaches, and they approve of the brand new locker room. They think the space will be very well utilized, and it is a positive influence on the football team and all that they do. The next slide we have is the lounge area. The lounge area is the best part of the locker room in my opinion because it has 3 comfy couches. As you can see, a TV in the background. The players will come in and just watch TV before practice or after practice or before lifting or after lifting. And you see the board that the TV is on is actually a whiteboard. It is a painted white wall that you can draw a whiteboard in. And the TV you can see there's a keyboard. It's also a computer. Coaches can put up film and we can watch film as a team there. This is a great space for the players to be and hang out. The next slide is a picture of the whiteboard and for the practice postings that we have. On the picture on the left, you see a brief few sheets of paper that show a depth chart, a slogan that the coaches put up, another depth chart, a picture of the field to know where the players will go when practice times come, a number sheet to where every player knows what number they are because we've just got new numbers. And last is the far sheet on the right, and that is the lifting times we have for every group that we have. And on the right, again, is the whiteboard that you see where all the coaches can put notifications about practice and stuff like that. The next slide you see is a picture of the whole locker room. As you can see, the whole locker room is a very big locker room. There's a lot of space for players to roam around and to have their own space. It is a very respectable space. You see there's speakers in the back. We can play our music, and there's also benches back there as well. You can notice the great detail that was put into the locker room, all the time and effort that they put into building, Coach Rima put into fundraising and building a great locker room. And as well as you can see, the paint is the Northwood blue to go with the colors of the wall and on the carpet. The next slide we have here is a picture of the ceiling. Now the ceiling has great detail with the Northwood head and all the Northwood symbols as well, with the Timberwolf that we all love. The effort that was put into the detail that was put into the ceiling is very important to all the players because it shows the details and the time and effort it takes to build something that is nice and is worthwhile. This overhead banner spans to about 15 feet. The radius is 15 feet and is a great element to our locker room. The next picture we have is a picture of an individual locker. The locker in the middle is my locker, and the locker to the left and the right are my teammates' lockers. The lockers are a very nice space because you have your own space. You have your own locker box, as you see, with the Timberwolf head in the middle. The lockers have 3-pronged hooks that you can hang towels, clothes, and any items such as that. The locker boxes are nice because they provide safety and security for all personal items. And the bars you see at the top are for shoulder pads and helmets. These keep the space clean and clear for all players. The next picture is the upperclassmen side of the locker room. And the picture we have on the left is 3 different locker bays. The lockers range from number 1 to 100, and they are spaces for the players to have their own locker. There are 5 different locker bays, as you can see between the 2 pictures, 3 on the left, 2 on the right. The lockers are very nice wood lockers. They are open, spacious, and they are about 2.5 feet wide by about 5 feet tall. They allow the players to sit and chill and relax in them whenever they have the time to. The next picture you see is the underclassmen locker room side, which is 2 bays. The freshman lockers are not as big as the upperclassmen lockers. They are approximately 1.5 feet wide by about 3 to 5 feet, depending on the locker, tall. They have the same bar across the top to store helmets and shoulder pads, as you can see on the picture on the left. And these, although it is kind of a barrier difference between the upperclassmen and the lowerclassmen lockers, it is nice for them to come in and be with all the freshmen that they've come in with in their signing class. The next slide you see is the loop lockers, and the loop lockers are little 1 foot by 1 foot individual lockers that the football players will put their laundry in. It goes in a loop the size of a softball, and the clothes are put in through the arm and the whole sleeve. And these loops will be put into these little locker boxes, and they will be washed in the laundry room for our next practice. This helps the players stay clean and that they can have their laundry done whenever they wish to, usually after practice or after lifting. Players will put their dirty equipment in the lockers. The next slide you see is a picture of the inside of the laundry room. The picture to the right is the inside of those little cubby laundry boxes, where the person doing laundry will pick the laundry out of those boxes, put them in the washer, and put them in the dryer, as the pictures you see on the left. And once they're done washing and drying, they will put back into the bins, nice and clean and dry. The laundry is nice for us because it gives us a chance to wear all the clothing items we have, that we don't have to go home and wash them or go back to our dorms and wash them on the $1 wash and $1 dry budget that the dorm room laundry accepts. The next slide about to see is the showers. The showers are one of the best and the biggest new improvements to our locker room. The showers, as you can see, are very nice, clean,